Welcome to my channel, Stitch and Style by me, Nadia, and it's another Friday Sews. This week I've not actually been up to too much in my sewing room, so it's just a quick update on what I have done. I'm wearing the Tyra tee today by Just Patterns. I've just put it on for the purposes of this vlog. It's not actually something I wore today because I went to work and I've just cycled back from the office, and so I've had a couple of outfit changes anyway, and I just thought I would wear the only thing that I have made this week. The fabric is just a white cotton jersey. It's 95% cotton and 5% lycra, so it's got good stretch and recovery, and it's fairly substantial in weight. The Tyra tee is intentionally oversized and boxy. The cover photo, it looks very similar to this, it's just in plain white, and I'll show it you here. In terms of sizing, it goes from a size 34 to 60, which are European sizes, and it comes in two sizing bands, 34 to 46 and then 46 to 60, up to a size 60, which is 57.5 inch bust, 49 5/8 inch waist, and 59 7/8 inch hip. I might not have got those fractions correct. It is really hard to see and I can't kind of zoom in on my phone. And I've used a separate ribbing fabric for the neckband. They do advise you to use the separate ribbing fabric. I've not lengthened mine, and kind of that's where it falls on me. So my waist is kind of here, and yeah, I would probably say that was high hip. I've just got my jogging bottoms on today, so yeah, that's how it looks. I've seen people make a hack into a jumper version that looks really nice, and they do suggest to make it in a cotton jersey fabric. They say if you've got a material with more drape, then you might just need to size down. And the reason why I made this t-shirt was because, if you remember last week, I had the Anthea blouse. Now, I had changed the colour of my overlocker thread to white, although I didn't actually use my overlocker at all when I did the Anthea blouse because I decided to French seam it. And so I'd changed the colour over, and I thought I might as well run up a white t-shirt. And I had picked out the Freya top, but now we're going into spring summer, I thought I might not want a high neck t-shirt, so I decided to make this t-shirt. I've not actually worn it yet, so I wanted to see how much wear I would get out of it. I had got 2 meters of this cotton jersey fabric, so I can make 2 tops with it. I've just decided to make this top. I've got a white Freya top, that's Tilly and the buttons, with a mock turtleneck. I've got the Tilly and the buttons Agnes t-shirt, which is a scoop neck and fitted bodice. So I've got a white one of those, and now I've got this white Tyra tee. So I'm going to see which one I wear the most to decide if I'm going to make another one of these 3 t-shirts, or whether I'm going to make a different t-shirt out of the remaining 1 meter of fabric. But I've actually got a little bit of sad news about my Anthea blouse from that I made last week. I absolutely love it, and I saw on Instagram actually somebody said about putting Viscose in the washing machine and how they always hand wash their Viscose instead. Now, I thought, oh well, I always put mine in the machine and it's been fine, but I machine washed my Anthea blouse because I'd spilt a little bit of coffee on it, and I didn't use anything harsh or anything, and I put it on a synthetic wash which has a bit of a lower spin, but when it came out of the wash, it has a hole in the back of it, and I am gutted because a lot of you said that I suit the colour and the blouse looked lovely, so thanks so much for your feedback on it. Yeah, but it's probably unwearable now unless I wear either a cardigan or a jumper or a tank top over the top. So yeah, that's a bit disappointing. I have mended it, but you can see it still. So yeah, that was gutting, but at least it happened on my twirl. Now it has made me think about putting Viscose makes in the washing machine, and I think that that's an important lesson to learn because I do really enjoy sewing with Viscose fabrics. I think in future I am going to either hand wash them or do a machine hand wash with my Viscose makes. So I don't know if anybody else has ever had this problem before. Let me know down in the comments. That would be really interesting to hear other people's experiences. At least it hasn't happened on my really nice fabrics so far. So yeah, I am grateful at the same time as being disappointed. The only other thing that I've done in my sewing room this week is to do a few alterations. Now I've been going through my wardrobe because of the change in season and kind of looking at what I've got, what is working for me, what is not quite working for me, and I've just picked out a few alterations to do. So I've been getting on with those this week, and while it's not the most exciting jobs in the world, hopefully it will just encourage me to wear some of my me-made makes a little bit more often. So the first thing I did was on this indigo dress by Tilly and the Buttons. So I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with this pattern. I'm not going to go into all the details, I'm just going to share what I did in terms of my alteration. So I made this tunic length top, and you can see it's slightly longer on the back than it is on the front. It's in this lovely viscose material by Lady McElroy, and I spent absolutely ages cutting out this fabric. It's got the little ruffle on the waist seam, so I sewed that on, and yeah, I spent ages cutting it out just to make sure it was all equal on both sides. I didn't bother pattern matching, but I just made sure it was all cut out on the straight of grain. Yeah, I made a really nice job in sewing this as well. It's the only indigo dress that I've got. I really enjoy wearing oversized buffet dresses, if that's what we're calling them after the sewing bee last year. I do prefer a bias bound neckline. This has got like a small facing, but I have stitched it down, you can see there, so it won't pop up, and stitched in the ditch along the shoulder seams. Now I did make the fluted sleeves, so I've kept one of the flutes, so that was gathered onto the end of the sleeve, and I think that this fluted sleeve didn't really feel kind of my style. I didn't really feel comfortable wearing it with the fluted sleeve. So what I've done is to just cut off the flutes, and then did a small double hem on it. And hopefully it's going to mean that I wear this make a little bit more. Although I am going to have to be careful washing it after my experience with the Anthea blouse. So yeah, that was my first alteration I did. The next thing I did was to this ready to wear top, and it's inside out. It's just a little cotton top with some broderie anglaise. I bought this about 2 or 3 years ago, and I've not actually worn it, and the reason is because it was it's a UK 16 and it's just a little bit big on me. So all I did was take it in on the side seams. It was bias bound on the armholes, and I just unpicked the bias binding. I took down the hem, tuck it in along the side seams, and then reattached the bias binding together and sewed that down, and then redid the hem. So that was just a little alteration I did to a ready to wear top. Not very exciting again, but yeah, hopefully I'll get some wear out of that. The next thing I did was to I have this South Bank sweater by Nina Lee, and it's cropped. It's coming out a lot brighter on screen, but it's kind of more of a muted red, and it's got this lovely basket weave, as you can see there. And the thing that was stopping me from wearing it was because the sleeves were actually really long. Yeah, I cut off that's 5 centimetres in length, and then I hemmed it, so probably shortened it about 6 centimetres overall, and now I'm just a lot more happy with the way it sits on my arms. I just felt they were getting in the way, they were too long. So yeah, I've just done that little alteration on that. And finally, for alterations, I think I might have shown you this dress in the past. I have certainly worn it before. Now this is the Friday Pattern Company Wilder gown. It's like a spotty material, like small spots, and I love the fabric. I love the pattern on it. So it's quite short. Now the thing about why I wasn't wearing this was because it was just a little bit too oversized for me, and what I kept finding was that the arms were really low, and so every time like I couldn't put a belt or anything on it, because every time I moved my arm up, the waist would come up really high, and I just wasn't feeling that comfortable with it. So what I ended up doing was taking it in under the arms here and along the side seams, and I'll show you how much I took out of it. So if you can imagine the dress, that was along the side, that's the side seam there, and then that was from the arm. So that's 3.5 centimetres off the front and the back at each side. That's 7 centimetres in total off both sides. So we're talking 14 centimetres off the width of the dress, and I actually think it looks so much nicer on me. It's still oversized, it's not tight, but it fits better across the bust, it fits better on the waist, and I'm just really happy with how that looks now, and I think I'm going to wear it a little bit more. Now I will have to show you these makes and how they look on me, and I think what I'm going to do is to do that via Instagram for Me Made May. Now I'm really excited about Me Made May, and thinking about what I'm going to do. I've not 100% decided on the pledge that I'm going to make yet, but one thing I am going to do is to share my daily outfit on Instagram. So if you're interested in seeing how I'm wearing my clothes, how I'm styling my clothes, then please do follow me on Instagram, and yes, you'll get a daily update throughout May. I know that I talked in my last video about my photography and filming skills and not quite up to scratch. I have got a tripod, so hopefully I'll be able to put that to good use in May. I've not got it out of its box yet, so that's exciting and I'm looking forward to doing that. So I'm going to wrap up the video now, after sharing those few little bits. I know it's not been the most exciting vlog, but thanks for sticking with me and making it to the end of the vlog. Okay, I'll see you next week. Bye! Southport, no, not Southport, South Bank.